Alright, season started. Let's go. Oh. How long is the season again? What is up, guys? Welcome to the channel and welcome to the first ever WFR on this channel. I've been so excited for this moment because I've really wanted to do this series and make this a staple in my channel. I'm gonna do all 82 regular season Minnesota Wild games and hopefully some playoff games. Let's see how that goes after today. Yeah, that might potentially not happen. Hopefully. Also, as you can see, I do have a lot of inspiration towards what Steve Danglers. I'm gonna leave his link into the channel. Once again, I did it with the prospect pyramid. I'm gonna do this again because he is gonna have a lot of inspiration towards what I do. But I'm not gonna say include random head guy, or what I probably more could do, glasses guy. But I'm not gonna have an alter ego. I'm not gonna do anything ridiculous like that. I'm gonna just be me commenting on what happened with the Wild. So, this brings us to the game where the Wild were so excited to start that they forgot the time itself by the looks of things, because holy hell, I have not seen a team look more flat in the first 5 minutes in my life. Yeah, let's just say the Avalanche were kind of far on top in the first 5 minutes. Like, we relied a lot in the start on Devin Dubnyk being God himself in net. Basically, he was just super duped, making save, robotic hands, and having like one or two really good stuff in the first like 30 seconds, where I went like, this is not good to see the season start like this. However, 6 minutes later, Minnesota has a chance. Or rather, it's the first time we actually show any passion in any kind of offensive zone, where the Avalanche kind of throws it around the board. Zach Parise comes into the forecheck, gets the puck. Nino Ryder is in front of goal like, hello, I'm Nino Ryder. Oh, there's a puck. And Nino pushes it back to Koivu, who then puts it in front of net, where Zach Parise had taken a beeline towards the goal and snipes it on Varlamov. 1-0 Wild. And here comes the thing. That was a really undeserved lead, and I didn't care one bit. Because one of the best leads to have in hockey, in my opinion, is to have the undeserved lead. It's not the most pleasurable in like mind, because you know you are being in a bad spot. But at the same time, it's just so frustrating for the other team, and you kind of laugh at it. But I enjoyed that moment. Sadly, that may or may not have been the only moment I did enjoy. So yeah, that continued throughout most of it, the period. We kept on being put under pressure. We kept on having to rely on Dubnyk making one good save after the he had a really good game, Devin Dubnyk. One of the few I can mention that actually had a really good game. But eventually it had to go wrong, and it unfortunately does throughout a little bit of a weird play. What happens on this goal is that Samuel Girard is having the puck behind the net, slings it across, and somehow Eric Fair and Patton doesn't really communicate properly and ends up looking like this. Oh, there's a puck. You want puck. No, you want puck. No, you want. You. I should really look out what I'm doing. So yeah, after all of that, Soderberg gets the puck. And Soderberg has a clear lane with a 2-on-1. Sealer tries to get one of the guys, get the far guy. Unfortunately, that leaves a wide open shot for Soderberg, who just snipes it on Dubnyk. No chance Devin Dubnyk saving that. Great shot by Soderberg, but such a dumb play. Such a bad goal to concede, because it's so unnecessary for Fair and Patton to kind of go into that debacle. One of them just get it back in the zone. Get it back in the zone and let them start again. That goal doesn't happen. But yeah, 1-1, and somehow it stayed that way until the break. But never mind, it's tied, so everything can happen in the second period, and it starts out really well. The Wild gets a power play. Yeah, and that actually works, surprisingly. Well, technically it doesn't work, but it was actually a really good power play by the Wild. We have had, I think, 2 chances in succession. I think Parise has a shot where he kind of bats it. I would have been interested to see if that one would have counted. I think he's under, but it's not by far. Onto the post, rebound ends up at Matthew Dumba, who has literally the whole cage to shoot at. I could shoot at this window over here, and that's kind of how much space he had to shoot the puck. Sadly, he misses it. Somehow he managed to go, nope, there, over on the poster of my, what is it today? Dan Sturridge poster. Nice. But yeah, good chances. No goal. Oh, it's all an alright start. We're back in the game. He said, hopefully. So yeah, that may or may not have been the last good thing the Wild did in the second period. Because after that, they just went, nope, we done our job. Yeah, again, Dubnyk, still amazing, keeps this game close. Has a few good saves, and I think it's a 4-on-3 for, I think it's a minute, where he pulls out really good stops and, like, just, I think he has one where he comes across really well and makes a good movement. He looks sharp today, Devin Dubnyk. And I think Zach Parise looked really sharp as well. I think those two are the ones I can say for sure was good players today and actually has some kind of positivity towards them when I look at the whole outcome. Unfortunately, we can't alone on that. But yeah, it had to go in eventually. This does not look good defensively, does it? So again, not really a dangerous situation. The Avalanche just skates into the zone, nothing worrying. Oh, there's a Finnish guy, Mikko Ranta. Oh, he has the same name as our captain. Had you heard that? Somewhere in the crowd, just somebody screams at you, Sudo, move your legs! Because Ryan Suter, for some reason, forgets to follow Mikko Ranta on the left-hand side, leaving a completely wide open passing lane, where I think Brodin kind of gets caught between that he has to cover Ranta's movement inside, and with that he kind of has to stay a little bit in the middle between him and the worst guy you can leave. So who does the Avalanche have who can score, who you don't want to leave completely wide open in front of Devin Dubnyk? They don't have Taylor Hall. It can't be him. They don't have McDavid, no. Oh yeah, Nathan flipping Cannon. Why do we leave it? So yeah, apparently we forgot about Nathan McKinnon was on this team, and Mikko Ranta just passes it to him, and he scores 2-1 to the Avalanche. However, through some divine miracle, we aren't behind by more than 1 goal at the third period. I don't know how. Also, another thing about the second period, which I almost forgot. Where the hell was our third line? I was thinking about it throughout the entire thing. I didn't notice Charlie Coyle, Jordan Greenway, or Joel Eriksson Ek. They weren't playing in that period. From what I saw, they were really, either they were really pedestrian, which is scary because that line shouldn't be pedestrian. You should really notice that they are so big, so physical, should be able to create something throughout their physique, but I didn't think they played at all. And there wasn't really that. There was a few penalties, but I wasn't really thinking that's where they should be. I was thinking, why are they adding 5-on-5? Why is Parise, Nino, and Fair? Why was their lines always on? But I never noticed Coyle, Greenway, or Eriksson Ek. Was I the only one for that? Was a bit odd. I think somebody needs to get bruised because I think we lost our third line in the second period. I don't think that's illegal for somebody to kidnap our third line. Into the third we go, and we actually start well. And we actually keep going well. This was our best period by far. We were actually putting on some pressure. Foligno has a chance after 3 minutes where he almost gets the puck, but a good defensive play by, I think it's Ian Cole, to kind of rip him down. Maybe shout for a penalty, maybe shout for a penalty shot, unfortunately not given, and I don't want to blame the ref for this one. The Wild didn't deserve to win, but that was one of the instances where you go, almost had it. Oh, if that becomes 2-2, we have momentum. The Avalanche are a little bit flustered because they haven't been able to beat Dubnyk at this point, and we kind of have been able to beat Varlamov when we were putting on some pressure. Had that gone in, that could have changed the game. Unfortunately, it didn't. We gets another few chances. Dumba with his patented miss about 10 miles over the net 10 times, but hey, they go in sometimes. And I think Stoll had a 2-on-1 where he shot himself right on the shoulder. Really good save by Varlamov over the bar. But alas, eventually it goes into the time where Minnesota pulls their goalie, and they timed that extremely bad. So Dubnyk went out for like 5 seconds, and then the puck was in the net. I don't know why Dubnyk decided to walk out. We were in the offensive zone, but we lost it. We clearly lost it, and Dubnyk was on his way out. I feel like that was a miscue between Bench and Dubnyk. Or just Dubnyk thought that we were going to win that puck, so he ran out to kind of get the line, get in fast, and try and get the tying goal. Anyways, it ends up being a goal where it goes onto Ranta's stick after what looked like it might have been offside, but I looked at it afterwards. They didn't call it offside on the ice, and I think that's what made it stand. 3-1 Avalanche, and they put on an extra. Who cares? Cormier probably cares, but bad game, deserved loss, didn't play well, lacked a lot of energy, which was scary in the first 2 periods where we were flat. After even getting a lead undeservedly, we did not activate at all until we were pressured and actually had to push up, and the Avalanche kind of went a little bit into the shell. But okay, yeah, I'm not gonna over panic. It's the first game. It's the first game of the season. There's a long way left for the Wild to go. There's a long way for the season to go. We can have 10 wins after this, and I will be more than ecstatic. But this is just the first game. It sucks to lose it, but some have to lose the first game, and it was a Wild today. So, good chance against Vegas to recover, eh? Home opener, get some wins. And with that, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it all the way through, please do subscribe and like the video. And see you on Sunday against Vegas. I hope for the win.